Hello, everybody, and happy Thursday. Thankfully, the weekend is upon us almost. One more day. Continuing on with my... and I've been getting some good responses from the last 2 days, and I'm going to continue on for a few days. Just give us a little break, and then we'll go back to normal, and then I'll come back later and talk about some more people, some of the old crew like Bruce H. Lee and Javier and Martin and Dave and all these other guys that were a part of the crew going back to the 90s and, all of that stuff. And they've seen a lot of stuff too, the bullshit artists on the internet that came through and so on. And it's beautiful to have this crew of guys that are, been with me for damn near, some of them, 15 years? With Bruce, it's been, I think, almost 20. Close, not quite, but close to it. I think I've known Bruce since 1996 or 1997. That's been a long time. But anyway, today's guy is, again, I don't have enough accolades that I can lay on this guy. First and foremost, he's Italian, so that means he's a good guy right there. The legendary Paolo Giordani, Dr. Paolo Giordani, originally from Italy and now residing in Sweden. Again, a Tri-C member, that's how I met him. And he is, without a doubt, simply the most generous man that anybody could ever meet, the most intellectual as far as I shouldn't say intellectual, analytical is a better word, very intelligent, fun-loving, knowledgeable in a lot of things. He's an artist, really. I don't mean a painter, but he sees the art, the beauty in life, in music, in culture, in human beings. And he is a doctor, but he's not an MD. He's a PhD. And I believe, if I remember correctly, it's into statistics. So, if you've seen a pretty girl, 36, 24, 36, Paolo would say, yes, that's about right. Those are the right statistics. But no, he's a happily married man, and he has a son, and everything is just, he's got a nice life. And, Paolo's had some health issues with his, body and so on, not just injuries, I should say, and he's never let it stop him. And like most people, he has his ups and downs, like all of us, dealing with it, the happiness, the depression, the up and down. And he's always been a gentleman, and he's always seen the light at the end of the tunnel. He has a very good outlook. Okay, well-read, well-traveled. His ability, his physicality is sensational. He's got this natural athleticism that allows him to, and yet humility. Okay, that's another thing about him. He has far more athletic ability than he's even aware of. When I was young, people always said, "Oh man, you're a great athlete," to me. Honestly, I just felt that I was fast. I was faster than everybody. I really was a great, I had good sprinting speed. And, I think sometimes when you do things, like maybe you can jump high, somebody might say, wow, that's very athletic. So for me, it was always just speed. I never thought that I was necessarily like a great athlete. Like I couldn't do a decathlon, I could do it, of course, but I wouldn't be competitive with it. Paolo's the type that I just feel is a overall good athlete, okay? When his back's not hurting, he can run, jump, he's got good strength. And again, he's very well balanced, which is something that I can't say about a lot of people. Some people excel in one area and are let's say over the top, or more appropriately even world class at something, like maybe a power lifter, but if you're a super heavyweight power lifter and and you're even if you could do 1,000-pound squats and pulling 800 and benching 800, there's something that lacks somewhere. okay? Maybe you're not a sprinter, you don't have world-class sprinting speed or something. But Paolo's like, many guys who fall into that just a great natural athlete thing. And he's a humanitarian, and he's helped me. And there was times when, because of the hour differences, the time zone differences, he's like, you call me anytime, man. He didn't care if it was 2 o'clock in the morning my time or 2 o'clock in the morning his time. He always had a friend. I always had a friend in him, and he always had a friend in me. And Paolo, even though I haven't said it many times, you have, made me want to continue on with things in my personal and professional life. He's on the video series. I'm drawing a blank now on my own video series. The expose series, Show versus Go, and Submission Resistance, where we show how many of these other quote-unquote catch wrestlers or even some other grappling styles they're show holds. They don't work. We show how simple it is to counter these moves. And Paolo came in, at his own expense, and he had training here. It was part of when he was coming in for his Tri-C thing, and we took a day and we filmed it, and it was phenomenal. And he, that series really opened a lot of people's eyes to just how much malarkey is out there. And believe me, there's lots. And Paolo was like, let's do it, man. Let's set the record straight with these folks. So I owe him a debt of gratitude for appearing on that. And it's the amount of fan mail that I've got from women all over the world since he appeared on there is like astronomical. I had to change my email address. No, Paolo's happily married. I'm just joking around. He knows my sense of humor. But when Paolo first came to Chicago, he's not like me. I'm going to probably offend a lot of Italian Americans here, but there's a stereotype about us. Well, of course, one is the mob. The other one is that we're high-strung and we're all of this. Yeah, I'm very high-strung. I always have been. I come from a family like that, I guess. But Paolo's not like that. And by the way, I do know a lot of Italians who are like me. But Paolo's not like that. He's very reserved. He's very soft-spoken. But yet he's got that. He's the type of guy that would prank someone and everybody would blame me, right? But he was the one who actually did it, and I'd get the blame for it. And that's just the kind of personality that he has. And I mean that in a good way. And he has something that a lot of us lack in this day and age. He has compassion for a fellow person, and he has the anonymous compassion, okay? Meaning he'll help someone and he doesn't even want them or anyone else to know that he's the one who helped them. He won't ask. He'll just do. And how can you pick fault with someone like that? That's called responsibility. That's called, having big, broad shoulders. So, in my life, Paolo will always be my brother, and he knows that. He'll always be my Italian, brother. That's all there is. And no question, I'm a better person for knowing him as well. It's funny. Paul Dodds has helped me in certain ways, and Dave and Paolo. It's like I feel sometimes like I'm a chameleon because I get so many good things from so many people, and it's funny. And I think because of the Tri-C program, and I'm getting people from all over the world, I'm getting touched by different cultures and these people's upbringing. I'm not saying that we're all the same because we live in the same town or we live in the same country, but generally, we have some commonality. For example, I'm from Cleveland. Everyone I knew growing up was a Cleveland Browns fan. Same here in Chicago. Everybody's a Bears fan. But these people who come from all over the world don't have the background, that I have. And even Dave Chapman, who lives, quite a distance away, we have some similarities being American, but culturally we have some differences. Not negative, I'm just saying, background. And yet these people always bring something to the table. So Paolo has brought me warmth and compassion, and and has shown me that you can have both brawn and brains, because he does. He's got them both. And a hell of a family man, a hell of an athlete, a hell of a student, a hell of a friend, but just they all take a second place to how he is as a man, as a human being. They don't come any better. So Paolo, I want to say thanks for being in my life. I hope I hear from you soon. And everybody, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.